he brought, looks like a rug peddler list, but it's not just rug, it's actually, wait a minute, yeah, it's 4-color Prime Speaker Zagana. Yeah, as it says on the screen, I just wanted to confirm that.
You see that peddler Staticaster combo, it's cute. Reminds me of the old Cunning Spark Mage collar.
Yeah, Cunning Spark Mage Basilisk collar, which was popular. What Pro Tour was that? San Diego?
I have no idea.
I think it was Pro Tour San Diego.
Then we have someone with immaculate penmanship.
Yes, that's Robert Graves.
This looks like
it looks like he typed
up.
Typed it using one of those like text, like the fonts that are supposed to look like handwriting, but it looks like perfect. Anyway,
this is and he's playing. It looks like a very similar
yeah,
list.
This is Prime Speaker Band. So we've got dueling Prime Speakers.
One is just adding an extra color for the Staticaster.
Yeah, this is kind of like a version of the Andrew Shrout deck that won the Classic in Louisville, I believe. Andrew Shrout is actually here, and apparently there is a deck tech featuring this deck. So you guys can see that in a bit. We'll probably be running that pretty soon. But for now, we actually get to see the deck in action.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
Turn 1 Temple Garden from John Agley. Has the Staticaster there, and land go. Gavity Township from Robert Graves.
See a bunch of good stuff in his hand.
Yep. Second Rootbound Crag for John Agley, and
kind of makes me nervous when he plays Gavany for a second land. That means his land is run out.
Arbor Elf from Robert Graves following up the Borderland Ranger from John Agley. John finds a card that has such glare on it I can't see it. It's just that side of the table.
He gets a blinding beam from his deck.
Yeah, it's just like an island. Yeah, it's a basic island.
I see that he has, I don't know that blue card is. Is that a Cyclonic Rift? No, I don't know what that was.
Could it be a Dissipate?
Looks like Dissipate.
Borderland Ranger gets in for 2. Island from John, and taps 2 mana.
And this game,
he's going to go with a Staticaster, and
that makes sense. Rob
takes out the Borderland.
Rob mulled to 5 this game. That's why his land is not
mulled to
cooperating.
5, plays a mana dork, and John's going to cut that off as soon as possible. So stuck on 2 lands. Robert Graves passes back. John on the beatdown plan with Borderland Ranger, but he's hitting his land drops. So
and here's Thragtusk.
Thragtusk is going to really swing this in John's favor.
Magic has a lot of good qualities. The luck involved makes it so the best players can't win every time. But the bad part of that is, of course, sometimes you don't get to play Magic with land.
Yeah, Robert draws his card. It presumably was not a land, and he wants to quickly get that game over with so he can maybe play some Magic.
Oh yeah.
He got a reasonable look at John's deck. He saw Thragtusk, he saw Staticaster.
See, I think he knows that he's playing against pretty much the same series of cards here.
John does not have much of, presumably does not have much of an idea of what Robert's playing, other than it being green-white. It could be, a big green-white aggro deck. It could be Bant, which it is. So,
yeah, it could be what's that? That junk Reanimator deck.
Yeah,
you never know.
All he saw was Arbor Elf. So
I think at the board, just the usual anti-green stuff. So looking at his sideboard here, we have definitely bring Garrick Relentless. I definitely bring in Detention Sphere. I'd bring in. Yeah, I'd probably just bring the Garricks and the Detention Sphere in this matchup. Maybe Rest in Peace could be like a Hail Mary. So, I wouldn't do it. It's hard to. I would never guess on a Reanimator deck in that scenario.
Yeah.
You gotta wait till you actually see those cards before you dive in.
Yeah, bring in dead cards against other decks.
So just Garrick's and Detention Sphere, and John's probably gonna board in. You got to see a lot of his deck, so He knows that exactly what he's playing pretty much. And they really don't have a lot of hate in their sideboards for each other. If you kind of look at it, the hate is very, very, very light.
If you're just joining us, we're coming to you guys live from Indianapolis, where 774 players showed up to make this the largest StarCityGames.com Open Series tournament ever. We're going to try to break that record next week in DC, but for now, 774 is where it stands. This is a call to all the East Coast folks.
Yep, come on out, boys and
Come
girls.
on out to DC. DC is one of my favorite places for the Open Series.
Me too. I love DC. I like the food.
Yeah, it's a great area. You have like a lot of cool things around it. So if you don't do too well and you feel like going around, spending the rest of the day seeing some cool sights, you can do that.
Yeah. I like to top 16 and take that $100 and go to Fogo de Chao.
There you go.
That's what I do.
It's also 20 minutes from my work, so I like that too, because I just like leave work on Friday and just take the subway right on.
Yeah.
Right on over.
If you're down there in Southern Virginia with me, you realize there's nothing nearby us. So DC is about as close as it gets. That's our backyard, 3.5 hours away. All right, looks like we have a mulligan on John's side. Rob keeps the 7.
Yeah, Robert's probably pretty happy to see John on the mulligan side this time.
Yeah, probably what the joke's about here. Always has a funny way of working out. You mold a 5, then your opponent molds a 5. Then we have one real game 3, right?
Yeah, those matches are less fun, but
right.
We'll see what happens. John on 4 colors. We are in Ravnica block, but that doesn't mean that you're always going to have the right colors.
Right.
And I still think I still prefer consistency over power. You know what I mean? You have the power versus consistency thing.
Oh, yeah.
I can play the powerful spells, but what happens when you can't cast them?
You see my stubborn tail playing 2 colors forever.
Yeah.
While all these guys are
Esper
dipping
now.
into now they need dual lands, M12 lands, and then evolving wilds for me to even tap into the 3 color. I play blue-black control right before that, blue-white before that.
John looks like he's keeping his 6. All right. Breeding pool for Robert. John leads on Rootbound Crag.
I'm kind of a maverick in a way of playing. I play 10 Shocklands in Esper. Most of the Stark lists have 7 or 6, and it's because I hate what's happening to John right up. Need your solid ground. See, you had to kill my argument and mid-draw that
I know. You're seeing like the M10 lands all coming to play untapped, or coming to play tapped.
Exactly, it's miserable, and a lot of times that's why you die. You're basically you're losing a whole turn.
Yeah, you're playing a turn behind. So,
right.
And Robert says I'm going to play a Farseek on turn 2 and play a turn ahead.
Right. So. That's a time walk, right?
Yeah. So essentially, look at Robert's on 4 lands to John's 2. Now, obviously, Robert's on the play here.
And as we suspected, he brings in Garruk Relentless. Garruk is two-prong attack here. Not only does he have an imminent threat out, he also prevents his opponent from playing Garruk Relentless, or Garruk Primal Hunter on his side, or Relentless. It's kind of like the Jay Swords in Legacy or others, where if you play yours first, you're just much more ahead than you are when you play it second. All right, so 3rd land here. I don't see a 4th land. I see lots of spells that are 4, Resto Angel, Huntmaster, Pillar, those kind of things. So nothing that he can cast. He can cast a Pillar here, or Staticaster. And he just says go. He's going to play a Staticaster here and block.
Yeah, Wolf comes over. Staticaster gets in the way.
All right, his opponent's holding this 1 Cyclonic Rift that we saw in his deck. It's kind of like the Miser. Let's just play 1, hopefully it works out.
Yeah, Cyclonic Rift, very interesting card. Garruk fights away the Staticaster, and 2nd Farseek for Robert Graves.
What I would have done, personally, I would have played a Pillar of Flame on the Garruk, because then you have the opportunity to untap, play Huntmaster, and then have Garruk at 1. Now, Garruk's at 3, which makes Huntmaster much worse if you draw that 4th land, which you gotta draw anyway. But the Pillar in this matchup at this point is kind of dead, and you need to do something with it that's effective. I think the Staticaster was a weaker play.
Borderland Ranger from John trying to catch up to Robert's Farseeks.
And he gets a plains. He needed the white source.
But he
Here's
now
a
has all 4 colors.
And here's the 4-color pain here. If he had a mountain, a 4th land, he could use that shock still and put to the point where Garrick will not fight his Borderline Ranger. Because now all he does is untap here, fight the Borderline Ranger, flip Garrick, and it's going to get a little hairy here.
Wolf coming over. Do you want to trade away the Borderland Ranger?
I would take it if I was him. You're at 820 life, you know.
Looks like he took it. And a land drop from Robert.
That way when he fights here...
And a 3rd Farseek.
Yeah, his hand's pretty bad. Robert's hand's pretty bad. And this is where a prime example of where Flood loses to Mana Screw. Because you will eventually draw land with John, but you're not guaranteed to draw spells with Robert here.
Well,
enough spells
on the other side of that, he's taking lands out of his deck, so he's more likely to be, with those Farseeks. It's not like he's just drawing lands and playing them.
Right.
You know, he's actually like
he's reducing the chances slightly.
Yeah.
But if you count, let's see, he's got 3, 6, 8 with a land in hand 9. He still has a good 16 lands he can draw. Or John here has already all the spells in hand. He doesn't even need any more land. He's guaranteeing a spell per turn for the rest of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so his plan here, John's going to be Resto Angeling, I'm sure here, blocking, or in a turn to kill Garrick. I don't think he's going to block with it. I mean, I wouldn't, because then he can
put himself in a situation where he loses it.
Right.
So both wolves into the red zone.
I think you just take 4 here, and then you just play Resto Angel on a turn. And he's gonna let them block here.
Yeah. So Restoration Angel resolves. Blink Borderland Ranger. Get another land here.
I mean, you do kill both wolves here, but John has Hunt Master in hand with a bunch of other powerful spells, so those 2 wolves really aren't a major issue.
Finds a mountain.
Only blocks 1, takes 2.
So he keeps his Borderland Ranger around.
And now here's the situation. He's going to fight Resto Angel like we were afraid of. And he's going to play other Garrick and just give, this could have been
nice level up.
Yeah, this could have been avoided if he just played to end the turn. Yeah, it's more of using your life as a resource.
Right.
And just take a little bit of a beating. You'll be all right.
Yeah, so Restoration Angel goes away, Garrick Relentless goes away, but Garrick Primal Hunter comes down, makes a beast for Robert, and John now untaps, plays his mountain.
He's not in a bad spot, John. He's still got a bunch of spells in his hand. I think he's going to Mortars here to kill the beast, and then he's going to hit Garrick for 2.
And yeah, Mortars on beast. Attack Garrick.
That prevents
Pillar Garrick here.
Yep. So he's going to finish off Garrick anyway. Yep. So it worked out anyway.
And a Farseek for John.
I think if John knew that Robert had nothing in hand, which is what he has pretty much, then I think he have a Resto Angel, I think. Mm-hmm. Then he should be feeling pretty good right now.
He just drew another Garrick, I believe. I believe the Garrick Relentless, or was it?
I saw Garrick.
And they got a quick glimpse. I couldn't tell which Garrick it was.
Some green planeswalker.
Yeah, so Wolf gets in, and looks like it's Garrick Relentless. Yes, it is.
I think he's going to fight here, right?
They're like in the exact same position, both Garricks. Like when you look, they're just standing there, and it's...
He's looking fierce in both.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how to play Garrick. I would fight here, but I don't know if I'm right or not. I just don't like some of these cards. I just haven't really interacted with that much.
Yeah, Robert elects to go with more wolves.
I mean, he's probably right. We'll see.
I guess he's not really worried about a Borderline Ranger,
Right. I kind of like just getting to the other end, then you can get one of your better creatures out of your deck.
Yeah.
Sack one of those worthless Death Touchers.
Sure. And yeah, that might be a better play in the long run. It does take a couple of turns to do that.
Right.
Maybe he feels like if I'm going to, I'd rather flip Garrick fighting something better like a Huntmaster or something.
There we go, yeah. I mean, this fight. And again, I think that's probably a better play, making a wolf there. So it's just I have a little bit of experience with these green decks.
Yeah, so Borderland Ranger,
draw.
number 2 for John, and then Huntmaster follows it up.
Robert drew a Restoration Angel.
And there he does fight the Huntmaster with Garrick, flipping Garrick Relentless.
Passes turn. This is going to entice a full-on assault from John, and he'll be able to Resto Angel and create some pretty good blocks here. Advantageous blocks. If Robert keeps drawing Garricks, he should be back in this game.
Yeah, he should be in pretty good shape.
Garrick after Garrick after Garrick.
And a Restoration Angel. I almost said Relentless Angel. Well, they do seem to show up often.
We're mixing a few cards. It's okay.
Yeah. Restoration Angel comes down and triple blocks, so we're going to trade away 2 2s, leaving the board free of all creatures but that one Restoration Angel on Robert Graves' side. Rock's Faithmender for John.
Interesting.
I wonder if he thought he was up against more of just a green-white aggro list.
Yeah,
maybe
that makes
why
more
he brought
sense.
That in.
Yeah. All right, here's my part I've been wanting to do the whole match. He's finally making some dorks to sack.
All right.
I want to see some Garrick tutoring.
So he makes a Death Touch wolf, attacks with Restoration Angel,
Thrag Tusk.
And yeah, looks like Tusk.
I think John's going to get an extreme high value off of this Mizium Mortars when he does decide to cast it. I think you would just play Thrax's gain 10 life here due to the Rock's Faithmender.
Yeah, so Rock's Faithmender, you know, he's doing some work. Yeah, I gain 10.
You definitely don't attack here. You say go. Now the only bad thing about what happened here is if he chooses a tutor, he can get a creature that's much more resilient. And we have to remember he has that Cyclonic Rift in his hand, so at any point he can make an attack obsolete.
Restoration Angel coming over again.
John's at much higher life
He
than
should be
posted.
at 23 and now 20 after the Restoration Angel hit. And another Death Touch Wolf for Robert.
All right, this is going to be a Mizium Mortar overload here. He's going to sadly fall into a trap here because of the Cyclonic Rift. We're going to have a couple overload spells.
Yeah, more overload than we've seen all day.
A lot of these overload cards aren't played, but now they're back. Counterflux and that card, all these cards are. All right, all your guys are
Mizium
dead.
Mortars overloaded. Kill all your dudes.
And now we're going to get rifted here.
And now Thrag Tusk and Rock's Faithmender attacking. Thrag Tusk is attacking Garrick, and Faithmender looks like attacking Robert.
He could play Resto Angel here. I think I'd still Cyclonic Rift.
And he does. I'm going to overload my overload spell and make you pick those guys up. So, of course, leaves a beast there. Thrag Tusk leaves a beast behind on John's side, but otherwise, board clear. Robert draws Angel of Serenity. Takes a peek at his graveyard here. 3 far seats in there, a couple of Garricks of all varieties, different varieties, and Garrick Relentless makes a wolf. I'm sorry, was it Garrick the Fiend Blooded? I think is.
Do not the Veil Curse.
The Veil Curse. Fiend Blooded is Tybalt, right? He's Fiend
Oh well,
Blooded.
you get a brownie point for remembering Tybalt's name.
I knew it was something like that.
All right, so we have a miracle. It's a miracle.
Bonfire of the Damned.
It was kind of odd how he did that. That was,
yeah.
I think it was a interesting.
Well, Bonfire clears Robert's side of the board.
Resto Angel kills token.
Yeah, Beast tries to get in, but Restoration Angel comes over and gets in the way. And another Garrick. Robert has just replaced every Garrick with another one.
He is a Garrick drawing machine.
Yeah, so...
I wish I had an emblem that drew a Garrick every turn.
Dude, that's quite an emblem. He's got 5 Garricks across to 75.
So he's got 1 left. Right?
Mm-hmm. It's relentless.
But, and, you know, as you said, he cleared a lot of land out and he's drawing spells. He's keeping up. But I still think John is in pretty good shape with this fistful of cards here.
Yeah, look at the life totals. They're both relatively high.
Yeah.
Both of these players are totally in this game.
Garrick here, he needs to pillar this Garrick. No, pillar it. He's going to draw. He's going to draw 3 cards. And just got to pillar it here. All right. The other things were suggestions. I think this one was a must-do. This is going to be a disaster.
Was that pillar or was it mortars?
As a pillar, I'm pretty sure it's pillar.
Both creatures get in. Knock John to 16.
So draw 3 cards here.
Yeah.
He might luck out. His opponent might
not draw 3.
Yeah.
It's like Angel of Serenity is going to.
We're drawing 5 cards now.
Gonna hang out. Yeah.
Think about the pillar here. If he would have pillared,
that would have been off the table.
Yeah, this would have been very good here. Drawing 5 cards here. And now the game is definitely
swinging in
Robert's favor here. He has one of the syncopate cards, I think I saw.
One of those syncopate cards. There's only one. Oh, no, he's got 3. He's got 3 main. I'm 3 included. 3 in the 75. 1 main. Sorry.
I think he just mentioned that he's conceding now.
Yeah. So Robert takes game 2. And we're going to go to game 3.
All right. I think these decks, as makes me proud to say, are Planeswalker Wars. And even though John didn't really have any in that game, Robert, on the back of Garrick, outclassed a fistful of cards.
Yeah.
I think without having that Garrick, can you picture any card of Magic that could have brought him back in those games from those colors?
I mean, yeah, not from those colors. I mean, not in Standard.
Right, yeah. And just, I think that Planeswalkers, and that's another reason why in the control decks as well, you see Memory Depth is just hard to kill, hard to deal with, and they produce tons of advantage.
Are you telling people they should be playing more Planeswalkers?
Yeah, green Planeswalkers, red Planes, play them all. They're all good.
Get your planar cleansings.
Domri, whatever his name is, Domri Rado.
Domri Rad.
Radman. Play him too, he's good too, they're all good.
Domri Rad. I think I thought Brad was asking to borrow those for this event, but he's not playing red, so he's not playing Domri. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure someone was asking about it. I thought it was Brad.
Right. There's only a few players out there. I mean, Brad likes to play sort of like the next guy. Kibler's not a big fan.
No.
He's always playing some ooze. No walkers in there. Or he's playing some Naya deck, or he had like swords. And I remember the last time he had Planeswalkers was that I played on him in the 2-man. He played against him in the 2-man, and he had Garrick. This is when Garrick first came out, Relentless. He had like double Sword of War and Peace on the token and just beat my face in.
That'll do it.
I'll do it.
2 swords. The token's just holding 2 swords.
Holding 2 swords, yeah. Bird has a sword in its mouth attacking me.
Yeah, 2 swords.
2 swords. Not 3.
That's a lot of blades.
A lot of equipment.
It's funny how quickly we forget, about those swords. They rotated just, like 6 months ago, right? 7 months ago.
I'm very happy they rotated. I think they hurt the game a little bit too.
I'm with you.
I think, in a healthy Standard format, you need creatures to be the best. Because spells will always be good. Blue and white spells will always have our wraths and our card draws and our removal spells and all that. But creatures need to be in there. Otherwise, you'll have 5-color CC mirrors all day.
Yeah.
You'll have Call Blade all day when creatures are bad. No one's playing any creatures. Playing 4 Squadron Hawk. And when Squadron Hawk's the best creature and Stoneforge Mystic's the best creature, then you're in a format that's going to be unbalanced. When Bitter Blossom's the best creature. Unbalanced format. All right, so we already looked at their sideboard. We were right on the assumption that he's going to bring in Garrick. I didn't see Detention Sphere, but I'm assuming that was in there too.
Yeah, we didn't get a look at that one. Just mentioned from Twitter that Kibler is currently playing Garrick Relentless in his green-black ooze deck.
Rats.
Thanks,
Oh, man.
Jeremy Skelton,
Thank you.
for the heads up. Yeah, he's a big fan of those oozes, though. And Elspeths.
Oh yeah, he's a planeswalker in Legacy. He was playing Elspeth
Well,
before.
he just wants to play Elspeth, I think.
Right.
Which is reasonable. She's pretty good.
I guess, yeah, I played not a lot of ooze online, but I played against it a few times, and I've never had a planeswalker landed on me, so that's my assumption of not in there.
Oh, I see.
I guess he must have a couple in there. But the average player, when they pick it up, maybe they cut the card.
All right, we've got some hands, and it looks like well, John's got lands and spells. He's got a turn 2 Farseek, I believe. Does he have green mana source? No, he doesn't. So he's not going to have it. Oh no, there's a Rootbound Crag in there. Sorry. So he can have a turn 2 Farseek, and it looks like we're underway. I think that we've gotten a keep. So Mountain from John. He's going to play Rootbound Crag into Farseek.
Oh,
Breeding Pool from
right.
Robert Graves, and I believe we're going to see an Arbor Elf. Rootbound Crag, Farseek. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Farseek
definitely.
there.
I think John's playing his version over Rob's version and others because of Huntmaster and the power of that card.
Yeah.
That card is just too good. So if he has a Huntmaster here, it's going to be an exciting game.
Avacyn's Pilgrim
wow.
and Farseek from Robert Graves.
You know what's coming next turn? That is a 6-mana spell. If you have, I see an Angel Serenity in his hand, but he can easily cast turn 3 Garrick here with 1 to spare. I thought that was a Bonfire. It is not. It's a Mortars.
Yeah, that's Museum Mortars there.
I think you just play Huntmaster here.
All right,
got
and,
one.
and yeah, it looks like. I think he's got.
I saw Angel in his hand. No, it's a white card. What's that?
Yeah, I saw a white card there.
Might be
He's
Angel.
got it's probably Restoration Angel. I think that's why he was thinking, is it going to be better for me to play Restoration Angel or Huntmaster? But
Right.
He goes with Huntmaster. Gets his goal.
Probably the best red-green hybrid card around town, right?
Well, it's not really hybrid, is it?
Or red-green guild card around town.
Yeah.
There's a Planeswalker around there that's decent too.
All right. Cavern of Souls from Rob. Not sure what he named.
Garrick.
But there's a Garrick. Primal Hunter. We'll get the name on that Cavern of Souls.
Cards that I'm
Oh, yeah.
least excited to see land: Rakta's Return and Garrick Primal Hunter. Let's pull that. All right, so I think he's going to pass here, and I think he has to pass here.
Cavern
So-
name's Angel, by the way.
Oh, does it? Okay. I think he definitely says go. He shocks Garrick, shocks a token,
And that looks like the play.
and then he prevents Angel Serenity being cast his turn. He should shock the white producer. Should have shocked the white because he would have taken away triple white from him. Am I right? Is that he has?
No, you're right.
Okay. It's
He's
kind
got
of glarish
triple
there.
white right now. He's got Temple Garden, Avacyn's Pilgrim, and Cavern Abs.
Which
the
for
the
white,
Angel,
yeah.
So, but he does shock the Garrick. Looks like an Oblivion Ring. Robert Graves. That's an F&M Oblivion Ring.
Yeah, look like Fiend Hunter for a minute. Restoration Angel. Now here is what you fear. We mentioned it with Brad's match earlier when you have Sever. Sever is a dangerous card to have because if you go to kill their guy and they have a Restoration Angel, you're going to get demolished.
Yep. And we saw it there. Oblivion Ring does absolutely nothing. Just gets John to cast his Restoration Angel, blinking his Huntmaster, gives him another wolf, and then Robert follows up the
This
Oblivion
game
Ring
is
with a
looking very
Farseek.
rough right now for Robert here.
Oh, he does have a Garrick right now.
Right.
So
It's going to be a very short-lived Garrick, but
he's going to make another beast.
he's going to untap here. If he draws another land, John does, he's going to overload Museum Mortars, and I don't see this being... Oh, well,
What did
you
he
don't
draw?
need to. It's a miracle. I'll give you a hint.
No. I didn't see it. I was looking up at the other side of the table.
Yeah, I'll give you a hint. That's the only hint you ever need, right?
I'll give you a hint. I'm just not going to say it.
No, it's a miracle.
Oh, it's a miracle. That
yeah.
was
that was the
hint.
hint,
Okay.
yeah. The miracle.
Yeah, Bonfire the Damned for John.
Oh, and it kills Garrick, too.
He doesn't need to
He doesn't
overload
He can
Museum
use
Mortars
4.
at all.
Yeah. He's got the resto here. This is a nightmare.
Yeah, so wipes the entire
And
table.
we
on
saw this
Robert's
coming.
side.
Even if he didn't draw, he had the 6th land anyway, so it would have happened anyway.
Right.
He just
Something
did it
very similar would have happened.
He
Yeah.
just did it more less spicy fashion here.
Yeah, it would have seemed less lucky.
Right, less lucky. You lucky guy. Robert only knew that he was dead anyway.
Every time Robert loses a Garrick, he just plays another Garrick the next turn. It's
That's
pretty
right,
hilarious. And it fights the Huntmaster, and it is now Veil Cursed.
John has to draw land next
Plays
turn.
another Cavern, not sure what he named, but
Robert has to draw another land next turn. If he hits that 7th land, he can come right back in this game.
name's Wizards.
Wizard.
Prime Speaker Zagana.
Oh,
Wizard,
he's not attacking Garrick. He is attacking Robert with the house, putting him at 1. Oh, look what Robert drew. He drew a card to get him out of this mess.
Cyclonic Rift, is that the one of Cyclonic Rift?
Yep. Oh, he didn't have 7. He didn't have 7. Obviously.
Yeah, you were saying you needed him. He
7th
needed the land. Yeah. Yeah. Zagana is a wizard. I guess that was what that was about. So, well, in 3 games, John Agley takes down Robert Graves in a pretty cool matchup. Didn't see the Prime Speakers come into play in that match.